I'm Paul Cirba. Welcome to the Revolutionize America show. Our two primary goals are more freedom and more prosperity for the American people. Today's show is about privatizing government jobs. Now, this is a subject you're not going to see anyplace else and may be deemed controversial by some people, but we think it's absolutely necessary to introduce the private sector into the job situation with respect to government jobs and privatizing them. Today, the private sector is 87% of all jobs in America. We think it should be 99%.
What is so great about the private sector?
The private sector in America is the greatest private sector in the world, probably the greatest private sector ever developed in the greatest nation on earth. Very creative, very innovative, very successful, and very durable. Competition makes that so. But the private sector can do anything that the government can do, with the possible exception of public safety and the military.
Why would we privatize government services?
All about savings. The cost of government today is through the roof. Debt is enormous, and we have to find ways to innovate and reduce costs to the American taxpayer.
But who will benefit from privatization?
I believe all Americans will benefit. No reason why, when you reduce costs to the taxpayer, other people benefit too. Other monies can be used for other purposes.
But how does the private sector serve government today?
Many, many ways. Typically, the government hires private contractors to build space programs, to build spaceships, to build naval ships, military munitions, bridges, highways, schools. So it's a very familiar role for the private sector to work for the government.
But where will all the government workers work?
Many of these government workers will go to work for private sector companies.
Is this an anti-government movement?
Not in the least. It's all about efficiencies and cost savings.
Why is competition so important?
Competition is what we live by in the private sector. Without it, if you're not competitive, you're going to fail. You're going to wither and die. Competition is a daily thing, and it breeds innovation, success, lower costs, etc.
Why is innovation so important?
Well, innovation, of course, takes place every day in the private sector. If you come up with a better way and a better product and a better price, you're going to succeed, you're going to survive, you're going to do business. Failure to innovate is a sure recipe for failure.
But how do bureaucracies survive?
Bureaucracies survive, I think, primarily just for the sake of it, because government costs go up every year. There's no reason to reduce costs. Employees get paid more every year. It's really the opposite of what happens in the private sector.
But how much money can be saved?
Billions of dollars a year will be saved by privatizing government jobs, growing the private sector.
How do we get it done?
You've got to join the movement, please. I can't do it alone. We can't do it alone on this show. We need to build an army of millions of believers that insist upon lower taxes and better government. Thank you for watching. Click that bell. Subscribe today to join the movement.